Thanks for joining me, Ben Borsht, and welcome to Catch Me. Hi guys, I'm going to show you how to make a Moreton Bay Bug Salad, one of my absolute favourites. It's a real Queensland tradition, I think, to have seafood at summertime, and it's going to be fantastic. Some mangoes, avocados, crunchy lettuce, and beautiful Moreton Bay bugs. So to start off, I'm going to show you how to prep up some ingredients, cut up some mangoes and some avocados. To get our board nice and secure, I'm just going to use a bit of paper towel and just give it a little wet with some water. Just use your hand, get it nice and soaked, and get it underneath the board. You can see that just really firms up that board on the bench. It's not going to go slipping around when we want to cut up our avocados and our mangoes. So to start, take your beautiful Huss avocados, and we're just going to use our nice sharp knife and run our knife in through the top of the avocado down to the seed and just slowly rotate it on the board. You can see I've got my fingers well away from the blade of the knife, and I've come back into the same cut. Twist, and away it comes. You can put that avocado with the seed down onto the board and just use, a good hit with the knife into the seed. Give it a little twist and out it comes. I haven't touched the avocado with my hand while swinging my knife down at it, so I've got no chance of cutting my fingers. Now we just want to grab a big spoon, and I think a great salad spoon like this is the way to go for both avocados and mangoes, and we're just going to scoop it down in between the flesh and the skin and insert the spoon. Oh, got a little bit of skin there we go. Popped it out. You can see perfect every time. Next one. There are lots of other ways you can peel the skin off or slice it in the skin and then scoop it out later on. Plenty of ways of getting flesh out of the avocado. Plenty of ways to skin a cat. Are you allowed to say that anymore? It's weird, isn't it? So for the Moreton Bay Bug Salad, I just want nice chunky bits of avocado. So I think cutting the avocado into threes, just through the length, and putting it back together, and then chopping it again into threes. And we've just got nice, lovely chunks of avocado. And I think that's just going to be a great texture for the salad. Into thirds again. And what we might do is just put a bit of lemon juice or lime juice over these avocados just to stop them from browning. And that's just some oxidization from the air. And the lemon juice just helps to stop that browning. Okay, magicked in a lemon. We'll just give that a nice squeeze through our hands to stop any pips. Can use a sieve or a juicer if you wanted to be a little bit more civilized, but that's fine, I think. Okay, so the avocado's done, and now I'm going to show you how to cut up a mango. Great Queensland fruit, beautiful R2E2 mangoes. These are my favorites. So starting off, you can see where the stem for the fruit is, and we're just going to cut down next to that stem and then slowly roll our knife just around the seed. And you can see we're right close into that seed there. Just going to turn it around and do it again. Keep your fingers away from that knife and just keeping your hand nice and steady. That's the way. I know my missus loves sucking on the seed. She's probably going to kill me for saying that, but just do the other one now, removing the cheek from the side of the mango. And just set those seeds aside, they can be used for later. Now we want to remove the flesh from the mango, and we're going to use the same technique as we used on the avocados. Just using a big spoon and just slipping in between the flesh and the skin and pushing firmly down into the palm of your hand, twisting that skin away from the flesh. And we've got beautiful cheeks of mango with nothing left on that skin whatsoever. Same again. Just rotate that skin in your hand, forcefully pushing that spoon down into the palm. See, no skin left there, no flesh left in that skin, and a beautiful cheek of mango. Okay, I just want to cut these into nice little wedges because we're going to grill these for the Moreton Bay Bug Salad. So I think just a nice little wedge that you can get a good caramelization, good char marks on all sides is exactly what you want. So that smaller one, probably just cut that in half. Just set that aside. And these little bit bigger ones, I'm just going to cut into thirds, just nice little wedges. You see those beautiful wedges of mango there. That's great, that's done. Beautiful mango, beautiful avocado. We've got all our ingredients ready, and I'm gonna just add a little bit of olive oil and salt to our mango cheeks. This will just stop them sticking to the grill pan, and the salt will just bring out that beautiful sweet flavor of the mangoes. So we'll just give that a nice little salting and just give them a little rub. Make sure that salt is all over them. Just really turn them in that oil and salt. Get it all over. And we're going to get them into our beautiful hot griddle pan. You can do this on the barbecue. This would be great to do outside. I wish I was outside right now getting it on the barbecue. You can hear that beautiful sizzle. It's what we want. We just want some nice char marks on these. I think grilling them is just going to get that nice caramelization, really get that sugar working for you on the mango and bring out that sweetness even more. I think it's a great alternative just to having fresh mango as well. They do stick on the griddle pan a little, so a little bit of movement now and then isn't going to kill them. And I think, you know, if they're on there for too long, we'll just ruin them. So we need to get them charred quickly and then just let them cool down. We don't want to put the hot mango into a salad. We used to have a mango tree at home when we were kids, and they were the worst mangoes in the bloody world. They were terrible, stringy and gross. I think the possums used to love them, so. It was a huge mango tree though. Now, apart from that, no real good. Love a mango daiquiri. Classic. So I think that's enough with the mangoes on the grill. We'll just take them off and down in a nice tray. And they can just sit aside. As I said, we don't want to put the hot mango into our salad. You can see we've just got some beautiful little char marks on that fruit, which will be beautiful. I think we'll just let it rest until it's cooled down. If we put it into the salad too hot, it'll just wilt that rocket really quickly and really mess up our beautiful cos lettuce. We're about to blanch our Moreton Bay bugs, and I really love using Moreton Bay bugs. They're such a great piece of seafood. If you can't get them, go for some prawns, go for some locally sourced crayfish tails, and it'll be exactly the same. We'll remove the lid off our boiling pot of water, and we want to give that a good lick of salt. Give that a good taste. Give that a good tablespoon and a half, 2 tablespoons of salt. Get that nice oceany taste back in that pot. Now we're just going to cook these for about 45 seconds to a minute. So get them in nice and quick. And start counting down. You'll see the color will start to change. They'll start to go a nice bright orange, but they don't need to be in there for long at all. We just want to cook the meat in the tail really briefly, and then we're going to shock it in ice water to stop that cooking process. And what it's going to do is seize that meat up off the tail, off the shell, and we'll be able to bring that meat out. Once we cut the undercarriage, we'll just be able to peel that meat out of the shell really easy. All right, they've been cooking for about 45 seconds. We don't want to let them cook anymore. These are nice big bugs, so they probably can take a little bit of cooking, but we want to make sure we don't overcook them. The Moreton Bay bugs are nice and cold, chilled down. We've shocked them from cooking anymore. We're going to remove the tail and just separate the head from the tail. And you can see where that line is there and on the back as well. So just getting them in your hands and just cracking them apart. Get the tail into a platter, and then we can discard the rest of these shells. So just a nice firm twist and a pull. And we're going to use our kitchen shears or scissors, whatever you've got at home. You can use a knife, but just be a little bit more careful. And we're going to cut down either side where their little flippers are on either side of the tail. And just sink your scissors in down next to the shell and just cut away. You're going to cut through some cartilage. Might have a few bits and pieces go flying, but it's worth it in the end. Don't put your scissors into the flesh too much, or you'll just ruin that beautiful tail. You can see that undercarriage comes off, the carapace comes off, and that tail will just slip straight out like that. And we've got beautiful Moreton Bay bug tail. That's yum. We're just magic in a plate. And again, don't get those scissors too deep into the shell, otherwise you'll cut into that tail. The tails are barely cooked. We've just blanched them, so they shouldn't be cooked really at all. And that's what we want. We want to finish them off on the griddle pan. And I'm a firm believer in beautiful seafood like this. These are fresh Moreton Bay bugs. They shouldn't be cooked hard, and I don't feel that they should be cooked right through either. I'd like to see them a little bit translucent in the middle. It does make some people a little bit wary, but when they're this fresh, I honestly don't have a problem with it whatsoever. So our griddle pan is nice and hot, it's starting to smoke, so we'll get rid of this tray with leftover shells. Bring up our Moreton Bay bugs, give them a nice lick with some extra virgin olive oil, a little pinch of salt, and same as we did with the mangoes before, just give them a nice little roll around, coat with the salt and olive oil. The pan is smoking hot. We'll just get them in there. These aren't going to take long at all. As I said, we want to leave them a little bit translucent in the middle. I think about 30 seconds, 40 seconds aside should have them still just nice and moist inside, and a beautiful, beautiful piece of seafood. You can see the bug tails are starting to curl up, and I think that'd be a great indicator to get them over. Turn them over on the other side. Beautiful char marks on them. And they're done. Get our pan off. We don't want to waste anything. There's a few little bits stuck to the pan, but I think that's a cracker little chef's treat. Get that to the side. We'll tuck into that when it's cool enough. Okay, everything's ready. We've got our mango grilled, we've got our bugs grilled, our avocados cut up and ready. Lettuces are prepped. Now we're gonna make our salad dressing. I think this is the easiest salad dressing and it's so tasty. We're gonna use some lime juice. Just get that into a jar, and this is the easiest salad dressing. We're gonna make it all in the jar. We're gonna shake it up in the jar. Good quality extra virgin olive oil. And you can find the quantities for this recipe on my ebook. A little bit of Dijon mustard in there. Pinch of salt. And some garlic. That's just finely grated garlic. Just get that into the jar, just like that. Lid on, and shake the hell out of it. You can see that's emulsified really well. That looks beautiful. We'll have a little taste. That's great, that's banging. I'm gonna serve the salad on this beautiful board. I think that's the way to go. We want a share platter. We want to be able to just bring this down and use it as a centerpiece in the table. It's gonna be beautiful. We're gonna start off with some nice cos lettuce leaves, and I think these are beautiful vehicles just for everything else. We're just gonna lay them out on the board. The little ones especially are some of my favorite leaves, nice and bitter. Just got that extra little bit of flavor to them. So laying the lettuce all over the board, nice and rough, a little bit rustic. I think that's great, just bringing them out so we've got good coverage. Grab our rocket. Nice couple of handfuls of rocket just sprinkled over, just making that bed ready for the rest of our beautiful ingredients. Get that nice pepperiness from the rocket as well. I think that's great. Clean up that a little bit. Get our mango down. And just really sporadically put it out. Doesn't matter if it falls into those lettuce cups. Grandma's gonna find that later on. She's gonna be a happy camper. Next we'll go all that avocado. I think this is one for the hands. We just want to be able to put that avocado down next to that mango in the little nooks and crannies that are all over the place. Making sure you get bits of avo where there aren't, bits of mango, nice and evenly spread over. Now we'll just take our bugs. And I think this is perfect just to tear the bugs up with your hands and just getting them into spots that there isn't anything else, filling the holes. You can see that's just a little bit translucent in the middle, perfectly cooked in my eyes. Nice little shards and tears of beautiful Moreton Bay bug. This salad screams summer to me. A nice glass of white wine, probably a Chardonnay, or a nice cold beer. I'll be in heaven. I think we'll just pour this salad dressing on top. Just chuck a couple of fingers over so it doesn't go everywhere. Nice drizzle over that beautiful salad. Save a little on the side for later. And guys, there it is, my Moreton Bay Bug Salad with grilled mangoes and avocados. That's an absolute winner. Thanks for joining me. You can find all my recipes at benborsht.com.au.